Okay, I got something for you.
Okay.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, like the movie starring Tim Allen?
Mm-hmm. Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
The show or the movie?
Both.
Okay.
Pee Wee Herman.
Okay.
What do they all have in common?
Paul Rubens.
Do they?
I don't know.
2 out of 3, right?
Hey, that ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. Just like this episode this week. Because you guessed it. This is Hang Out with Your Slang Out. I'm Dan.
And I'm Matt.
This episode's going to slay.
Slay.
So when I hear this week's word, all I want to do is slay dragons.
That's what you want to do? You want to slay dragons?
But I always wanted to slay a dragon, even when I was a kid. Actually, I wanted to befriend a dragon. I wouldn't kill a dragon. Even the bad ones. I'd let them do their things. They're dragons. Let them do it. Leave them alone. Dragons got to eat, right?
Everybody's got to eat, even dragons.
Yeah. So I wouldn't slay them. I hate all those dragon movies when they go to kill a dragon. Just let a dragon be a dragon.
But what if the dragon's going to kill them?
Tough shit. I'm on the dragon side.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. It'd be like if they had giant fire-breathing piranhas, I would be on their side as well.
See, that's not what I think of. I mean, it's not far off from what I think. But do you remember the game Battle Chess on the computer?
Well, yes and no. I remember it, but I wasn't a big enough nerd to talk about it.
That's hurtful when you say it that way. I hope you understand that. Anyway, so Battle Chess was a game of chess because, as most people know, you have to do anything you can to make chess more interesting. It's fun as a game goes, I guess, but it's not interesting. Anyways.
Wait. Battle Chess. This is the one with the toads that whipped around on their
Nope,
tongues,
that's
right?
Battle Toads.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I remember that game.
Oh, okay. Well,
It took no brains to play that game.
that's probably why you remember it.
Mm-hmm.
Also not surprised. Actually, no, I am kind of surprised you
I
played
was
it.
good at it.
And here's why I'm surprised that you played that, because of your love for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
It was clearly a complete rip.
Yeah, it totally was.
And so still you played it. Whatever, it's not the point. Anyways, Battle Chess. It was a game of chess, but the characters were actually real. And so anytime you would go, say, send your knight to kill their rook, the piece would actually turn into a live knight. The rook would actually turn into, I think, what was just a rock monster. And then that knight would then slay said rook.
Wait. I remember this game. This is the one with the tanks in it, right?
Oh, now, mister, I wasn't a nerd. Turns
No,
out
this
he
is, the one
was
with
a nerd.
this is the one with the tanks in it, right? And you used to shoot at each other?
No. That Battle Bots?
Let's battle tanks. I thought you were going to be there to get to that joke.
Oh, no, I didn't get it because I don't know what Battle Tanks is.
I thought you played video games.
I thought you played video games.
Oh, I played video games.
Yeah. Did you play Othello?
No, I played Joust and Cubert.
Nerd.
The other video game that always comes to mind when you say slay is Dragon's Lair.
Dragon Slayer?
Dragon's Lair.
Dragon Slayer.
Lair.
Oh, Dragon's Lair.
Yeah. You remember that one, right?
Where you could be a Dragon Slayer?
Yeah. When you were Dirk?
I mean, I remember the game. I don't think I ever played it.
Because it was the first one you went at a thing and they had a cartoon. And I was just like, that is insane. It was harder than hell, but.
Yeah.
So you want to get back to Battle Chess?
No, I want to get back to Slay. I was done with Battle Chess.
Okay.
Because I feel like you're going to come up with some other stupid joke about battle something. In fact, I already set you up for BattleBots, so let's just move on.
Yeah. It's just not, BattleBots is great, though.
Isn't it that TV show where they built robots that would go into battle against each other? All right, we had our moment. Now let's get back to Slay.
All right, Slay. So Slay, isn't that what Santa uses?
Well, yes, but not this Slay.
Why not?
Well, one, because they're spelled completely differently.
Are you trying to get all anti-Christmas on me?
No, I'm not trying to get anti-anything.
Then why can't Slay be the Slay?
Because they're spelled differently, and one is an action and the other is a noun.
Tomato.
No, it's nothing like that.
Potato.
No, it's nothing like that.
What do you got for Slay though? I hear it used. Seriously, I hear it used every now and then, and we've been hearing it a lot lately.
I feel like Tyla, out of any of us, says it more than anybody, because she likes to remind everybody that she slays all day. Which I feel bad for those of you out there that only slay parts of the day.
Yeah.
But, apparently, to slay all day is really something to brag about.
Yeah.
If you've got that swag, if you've got that W-Riz, then you want to be slaying all day. Well, you don't even want to be. You are slaying all day.
Well, in some of our words, like I think cater to female, male, or boy, girl. And I think slay gets used a lot more with the girls or girls, not the girls, sorry, or women.
I would say it probably has to do more with the girls. So either they are saying it or it is being said about them. I don't think it applies as much to males.
Yeah, because you'll hear
guys are just killing it.
Killing it. Yeah, guys use bet a lot.
Murder, more aggressive action.
Yeah,
is generally associated with males.
Boys are dumb.
Slay sounds like poetic.
Slay sounds bad. That sounds like a horror movie though to me.
That's more like slash than slay.
I guess, yeah.
But I mean,
so what do you like?
If you could slash, you'd play a mean guitar.
Oh, only with a top hat on, though.
Yes. No monocle, sadly.
Oh, you remember that show? Battle Hats? That would be a no.
Was that actually a show?
No.
Then why did you even... I hate you so much.
So Slay.
Yes.
How do you feel about it for real? Like, do you mind it?
No, this is one of the words that I don't think hits me one way or another where I'm indifferent about it. So it doesn't bother me when I hear it. I think that it's good. People should have confidence in themselves. And I feel like slay is that word that shows that they have confidence in themselves.
I kind of agree with you. It like actually fits. Like if for what what they would use it for, it's kind of playful and fun. And yeah, I actually don't have a problem with it. It doesn't come off like totes.
Right.
To me.
It's, one of those words like any other word that I guess I get a little upset that it has its own definition and now we've changed it to this definition.
True.
But all things being said, the slay that the word slay was originally created for does not happen nearly as frequently anymore.
That's because Buffy's not on anymore.
Yes. There are fewer vampires to be slayed.
Which there shouldn't be. There's tons of vampires out there.
Sure. You can read about them.
Were you a fan of Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
The movie, yeah.
What about the TV show?
It was okay.
Yeah, it was all right.
I probably should like it more because I think that was more my generation.
And it's totally your humor.
But like that was one of 2 or 3 movies that Christy Swanson was allowed to make that, moved the needle for her a little bit. And the movie had Paul Rubens, so there's that.
Oh, that's true. She was actually in an old 80s horror movie that I love, but nobody remembers. Do you remember it?
I didn't watch horror movies in the 80s, so probably not.
It was called Deadly Friend.
No.
Deadly Friend was like, I can't remember the actor's name. He was always played the nerdy guy in like Family Ties, the one that was always in love with Justine Bateman. But like the pretty girl moves next door. She gets in an accident, gets killed. He's a robotic technology like kid. He's a nerd. And he implants in her brain like a chip, and it turns her into like a robot. And then she becomes super protective of him, and then she goes on a killing spree. And there's a scene in it where she like throws a basketball at who's the old lady from the Goonies that was super famous, that was part of the trio, the thieves that were chasing the kids. That little grumpy old lady that looked like a troll.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember.
Yeah, she played the neighbor that hated all of them. And the big scene is like she gets her head exploded with a basketball because she throws a basketball at her head and her head blew up. So
sounds like it's based in real science.
It totally is. But that lady got slayed.
Yes, but not the kind of slay we're talking about. Was Christy Swanson slaying before she slayed that lady?
No, she was just like a cheerleader.
Well, she probably slayed a little bit then.
Okay. We'll go with that. That works.
I feel bad. The show was good. I just, at that point, that's not the kind of show I was watching.
Well, and didn't Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that had
Sarah Michelle Gellar?
No, the TV show, but the movie had Christy Swanson. But wasn't that pretty boy from 90210?
Jason Priestley?
No, the other guy. Luke
Perry?
Yeah. Wasn't that his first movie?
Maybe. Was he in that movie?
Yeah.
How do I remember that Pee Wee Herman was in the movie, but I don't
You don't remember Luke Perry?
No. That sounds about right, though.
Well, that shows you where our heads are at. I remember Pretty Boy. You remember
the guy that pulled down his pants in the theater.
You remember the kitty pedophile. Good stuff.
He wasn't a kitty pedophile.
He was into kitty pedophiles.
But no, he was in a theater and pulled his pants
Well, I guess
down.
it wasn't pedophile. He was like good old fashioned porn. So he liked adult porn.
He was in a porn theater and pulled his pants down.
Good stuff. Good times. Good times.
Bet you.
So he was slaying himself in the theater?
In honor of him, the word of the day is slay. What's up?
Don't act like you didn't hear that. You know exactly what I just said.
I don't, and I'm glad that I didn't hear it.
All right. I'll bring that up in post.
Oh, man.
I'm going to slay that joke in post.
Yeah, it'll be the first joke you slay all day.
Oh.
Have you ever used the word slay? This version of the word slay.
The way it's used technically. Did we actually explain the actual definition? Or are we just spitballing here?
I think mostly we're just spitballing.
Okay, so I'll answer your question, and I guess we should probably look it up and
All right.
give for the handful of people that actually listen to us for actual, to learn something. But slay, no, other than using it in the other way, where it was actually used as like if you were slaying something like I lean towards like slaying dragons or something like that. I would have used it maybe then, but more than likely it would have been the word Slayer, because that was a band I wasn't into anyways. But
I mean, who was?
I like their album covers. It scared the hell out of me. But do you got an actual definition for slay?
Well, I've got some info, which is weird.
We like that too.
Because you know how I've started going into the dictionary.com, which has its own slang dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, what does slay mean? Yes, slay queen. Anyways, slay can mean to kill a person or animal.
And that's what I'm used to.
To make someone laugh, to have sex with someone, or to do something spectacularly well, especially when it comes to fashion, artistic performance, or self-confidence.
So you do that on a daily basis.
Well, who doesn't?
Well, lots of people.
Oh,
that's why you got the Riz. You should see this guy dress.
Maybe not today. Super cash.
I don't know. Didn't you just bring me some shorts with rubber duckies on?
Let's not talk about me bringing you shorts.
All right.
No, in the rubber ducky shorts, you will slay.
Okay.
Anyway, slay is an old word with Germanic roots that's found in early Old English, but it was generally reserved for killing mythical beasts and vanquishing enemies on the battlefield, GOT style. That's Game of Thrones, I believe. Yeah?
Well, I thought that was the greatest of all time.
No, that's goat. This is got.
Gotcha.
Fast forward to the 1920s age of jazz, flappers, and some serious slang. To slay someone in the roaring 20s meant to make someone laugh very hard, commonly expressed as, you slay me.
Wow. That just took me back. I remember that now.
Yeah. I can't even believe you were alive in the 20s. There's some evidence that slay emerged as slang for looking attractively fashionable in the 1800s.
Really?
Is this a flashback episode and we didn't even know it?
It might be. Was RuPaul arrived? He was around back then?
Maybe.
Then who else would have said slay?
I don't know. But in Black Latinx queer ball culture in the 1970s, slaying definitely came to refer to when an outfit, hair, makeup, dance moves, and attitude were all flawless. It's a metaphor. One is killing it with their stunning self and style.
Well, that's pretty thorough.
It is pretty thorough. Apparently it didn't go mainstream until 2016, though.
Well, I'm trying.
Thanks to Beyonce.
Oh, yeah. We could thank Beyonce for lots of stuff, I guess.
Right.
I was using our other arch rival, like, I'm Coke, he's Pepsi. So I was using the Urban Dictionary.
That's why everybody likes Pepsi better. Go ahead.
That we'll save that for another podcast. The Cola Wars.
Our last one.
The Cola Wars. Yeah. You remember that one? Battle Colas?
Can you just get to the definition on UD?
What I was going to say for the Urban Dictionary definition, they were all really pretty close to what you just said. So I would just basically be repeating the same points, even though they have another. We might have to add this to the list. It's basically literally just means good job, but yassified by a tweenage. Tweenage? You heard that word before?
No, well, maybe. I don't know. Like, it doesn't sound so far out of context. Like, I can understand what it means. So I'm sure I've heard it and just not even thought about hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Candace has referred to Tyler at some point as a tweenager.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, I have heard tweenager. Just seen it written as tween age in the context of the sentence I was reading didn't make sense.
Sure.
And I've never seen yassified, so.
Oh, everybody's yassifying it.
Are we?
I don't know. Are they? Well, this is interesting then. So,
You ever seen that show?
Battle Yass?
No. BattleBots.
I hate you. So this is interesting because this isn't intended to be a flashback episode, and thanks to Beyonce, it's not technically a flashback episode since she apparently brought it back in 2016 for all the single ladies. But it's
Wait, as single men, are we allowed to say that? Wait, we're not single men either.
no,
As men, are we allowed to say single ladies?
sure.
All right.
I'm not doing it. They're doing it for them.
I just want clarification.
Yeah, sure. Anyways, but it's also a flashback episode. It's kind of like what's old that's come back? I don't know. Coke.
The real Coke or the new Coke?
Real Coke. It was there, and then it went away thanks to New Coke, and then it had to come back because New Coke was so terrible.
But what about original Coke? Because that was made with cocaine. Cocoa
Okay.
bean.
After that Coke, then.
Okay. No, New Coke was just. We're not going to talk about New Coke. Nobody needs to talk about New Coke.
I think we should all talk about New Coke.
Actually, what's sad is I loved New Coke.
That is kind of sad. Do you know what's even sadder than that? Is New Coke failed so spectacularly that it made the original recipe for Coke somehow 3 times as popular. People jumped so hard back on board that we actually lost a day. The world spun so quickly.
And in my little town, you literally couldn't find the other Coke. It was all New Coke. So even if you didn't like it, that's what you had to drink if you were going to drink Coke.
What's hilarious is because it's Kingman, they are still only carrying New
They
Coke.
still don't carry New Coke. And it's
I don't
still
even
the
know how
same-
they find it.
It's still the same batch from like 40 years ago.
It's crazy.
But literally, with the day they brought it Coca-Cola back, and you tried it, because I actually liked New Coke. I was like, this is great. But I liked any colas back then. I drank Pepsi free for Christ's sakes.
Which is so weird because New Coke was literally meant to taste like Pepsi so that people would stop drinking Pepsi. But you hate Pepsi and love Coca-Cola.
No, I don't hate Pepsi. I just put it in 3rd or 4th spot.
3rd or 4th?
Yeah. It goes Coke, goes RC, Royal Crown. It goes any generic brand of cola you want to get, like Smith's or Select or whatever, and then it goes Pepsi.
This interview is over.
That's actually not true. It's a solid 3rd. But when they brought back Coke, literally the first time you had a taste of that, you're just like, well, I was drinking horse piss. I don't know what we were drinking.
Weird fact, the secret ingredient in New Coke was horse piss.
Really?
No.
You know what the secret ingredient of Pepsi was?
Horse piss.
I was just going to say it was
An extra pound of sugar.
I sure. Damn, I just lost my joke.
I'm sure it wasn't funny.
No, I had you.
Okay.
I had you in my sights, dude. It was just like Battletoads. You were going down. Ribbit.
That's not how Battletoads work. Battletoads was a side-scrolling video game.
Mm-hmm. And they ribbited in it.
Yeah.
Ribbited did in it.
But like we are people, so we would have been playing on the same team as 2 different toads. So you wouldn't have had me in your sights.
Oh, I'd have had you in my sights.
I don't think you understand how this works.
I always have you in my sights.
That's gross. So
I'm going to slay this podcast.
this podcast is already dead. Please don't slay it anymore.
No, I'm going to slay this so hard I would be like Pee Wee Herman in a movie theater.
That was not slaying.
I bet he would have called it slaying.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Do you think they just didn't give him extra butter in his popcorn?
Well,
you remember that show?
Battle Popcorn?
No. It was Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen.
Oh, nobody remembers that show because everybody hates Gordon Ramsay. Anyways, no, I think if they had given him extra butter in his popcorn, it would have been easier for him to do what he was doing. And so I think he must have gotten extra. If he got less than he was supposed to get, it would just hurt.
So you've really thought about this, huh?
No, not until you said extra butter in the popcorn. Now I can't help but think about it.
It sounds like you've really thoroughly thought this through. You've slayed this.
Yeah, you don't even need to get to the end of the statement. I already know you're using it wrong.
Okay. I thought you hella slayed your research.
Don't just try to drop hella in front of it and think
It worked though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I can learn shit. I can read.
Get back to slay. You keep derailing this train.
The sleigh train?
What? Yes.
Ooh.
No.
I was gonna make a sticker for sleigh train. So we're working on our merch, different kinds of merch. What do you guys want? We obviously are going to do some t-shirts down the pipe.
You were so afraid of this episode. You won't stick 2 feet in.
2 feet in.
Who do you think slays?
Who do I think slays?
Yeah.
You want something in like music? You want as actor? You want as...
I literally said, who do you think slays? I didn't say, who do you think in certain categories slays? Who do you think slays?
Living or dead?
Again, all I asked you was somebody who slays.
Well, if somebody's dead, then they're going to be like a zombie.
Because if your dead is Orville Redenbacher, like, that is, I don't think he slayed at all.
Okay, if I go dead...
Jack the Ripper. Different kind of slay. That's not the slay we're talking about.
True. I would either say Freddie Mercury or Jim Henson.
Interesting combo.
I'm just trying to think, because I really had so much respect for Jim Henson. And we've talked about the Muppets before, but honestly, he changed the game.
He changed comedy.
Yeah.
He changed education.
Yeah.
Sure. I'll give you that. He slayed.
Yeah. And from a musical standpoint, but these are like people who have passed, obviously. And I'm a huge Freddie Mercury fan, so everything he did was slaying.
Yes. His entire life was a full slay.
Boom. Full slay. Can I put that on a t-shirt?
Sure. Nobody will buy it, though.
All right. You will.
No, I won't. It's our merch. I'm taking one for me.
All right.
Paying for that. I would say Dave Grohl. He slays.
Totally slays.
Who else would slay? There's got to be like some sort of athlete out there. Oh, not that I like him very much, but Tom Brady. He probably slays.
Nope. Interview's over.
I don't
Interview's
think
over. Nope. We don't talk about cheaters on the podcast.
We've talked about cheaters plenty of times on the podcast.
Who?
I don't know. I just
right.
figured we did.
All right.
Whatever. That guy fails uphill. What are you going to do?
He's the biggest reason for me to believe in the devil.
He is the biggest reason?
Because he had to sell his soul. To, like I said, he falls ass backwards into everything. Gets caught cheating and it's still okay. Hate him. Hate him with a passion. You ever want a nice laugh? Look up, Google Tom Brady's hairline and watch his hairline over the years. It's freaking hilarious.
I bet it would be.
Yeah. The guy's got a carpet on his head.
Probably.
Yeah. I wonder how many freaking
Father Time waits for no one.
I wonder how many freaking otters he had to slay to put that on his head.
That's, again, different kind of slay.
Oh. It's still part of slaying.
Who else slayed?
You know who slays?
Hmm.
Jason Bateman.
Yeah, Jason Bateman slays.
I was just watching Jason Bateman's new docuseries for Smartless that's on Max. That used to be HBO Max. And I already knew Jason Bateman slayed, but watching those guys in real time and how quick they are. I mean, I know they're all best friends and they've been doing it for years. Just
don't you wish you had a friend like that?
Trying.
Yeah, well, this podcast ain't going to get you there.
Well, I need you to come up to my level so I can slay together.
You don't go up to a level that's below you. That doesn't make any sense.
Sure you do.
You just don't get it.
No, when you level up in a video game, you can reset everything and then re-level up again, and then you get extra stuff. It's called prestiging. I need you to prestige with me. Come to my level. He's going to Google this. I know he is.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not going to, because I trust that if it's nerd game related, that he probably knows what that is.
He just got slayed.
I've been slain.
He just got jammed.
Jammed?
Yeah. You just got jammed. We're going to make that a thing.
I don't think we're going to make that a thing. It's going to take a lot of work for us to make that a thing.
Can you do that in Arnold's voice? You just got jammed. Well, that's not Arnold.
You know what's funny is I asked us to come up with definitions of who slays. Anyways, we had previously said that most of the slang probably refers to those of the fairer sex. And every person we picked was male.
Because we're just big dumb dudes.
So you know who slays? Venus Williams slays.
Okay, I won't fight you on that. And her sister.
Yeah. That's even the one that I meant.
Serena?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right.
Right?
See, what would you do with
Serena's the younger one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's the one that slays. Venus is, she slays just fine. But
Jesus, they both were insane. Does it have to be a female athlete?
No.
Just trying to think of somebody I have a lot of respect for.
Oh, that concert we went to that had the terrible opening band. Then they were followed by Evanescence. Amy, what's her last name?
Amy Lee.
Amy Lee. She slays.
She totally slays. If I was going to go to that route, then Lizzie from Hailstorm.
Sure.
She is about as good as it gets.
Oh, yeah. Haley Williams from Paramore. She slays.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
Who else? Heidi Klum. She slays. She turned being a model into an actual business model somehow.
Truly. With her, does she do that? She does that outfit thing every year or something. She has that gala or whatever where she dresses up and.
This one's going to get a decent amount of hate, I feel like
Tom Brady.
Not from you.
All right.
Michelle Obama slays.
I don't hate.
No,
Michelle.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying that out of the people who listen to us, some people may agree, some people may disagree. But the woman slays.
She does. If you can just sit right versus left, just put it to the side and just look at the human being and what they do and don't think about it politically. Yes, she does slay.
Sure.
And I wish things would get back to that. Whether which side of the spectrum you get, however you fall, with the right, left, let's just get back to being like we're all people and we can have different reviews.
Because you want to flash back, Jackie O slayed.
That's what they said. Never knew her though.
Even Laura Bush, I feel like, was a good representative of the first lady position.
Really?
I feel like that. I also might have been too young to really understand the thing she was saying.
Yeah.
Barbara.
What about I just remember
Nancy.
I remember Nancy Reagan growing up, and it was just don't do drugs, fry your brain.
Betty Ford, she created an entire clinic.
There you go.
I think it was for a problem she had, but she created an entire clinic.
But still, that's you slaying the problem.
Sure. Problem slayed.
Oh, you remember that? You remember that game?
Go ahead.
Battle Presidents.
I hate you.
All right.
You're just waiting for me to not say battle something.
All right. I'm just going to say UFC, but whatever. Tomato. Potato. Hey, I did that pretty good.
It sounded like you said potato frittata.
Maybe I did.
I don't think you did. Maybe you should stay away from the Arnold impersonations.
Hear me now, believe me later.
That one was good.
That's pretty good. But
Yeah.
that's just me doing Dana Carvey doing
Yes.
the Hans and Franz.
Yes.
Yeah. Those guys slay.
They do slay.
Yeah.
Actually, recent female cast members of SNL have slayed quite a bit as well.
Totally. Are we going to name any?
Oh, I wasn't planning on it. Kate McKinnon.
We were talking about Sherry O'Terry earlier.
Yeah, Sherry O'Terry slayed. Who was the whole group right in the middle that got super famous with like bridesmaids and stuff? Maya Rudolph. She slays.
Mm-hmm.
Leslie Nope. Oh, that's not her real name.
Yeah.
Amy Poehler.
Thank you. God bless. Because I just know her as Leslie Nope, and I'm sitting here dying.
Kristen Wiig.
I was gonna say Kristen Wiig. I dig her a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think she gets the respect yet either. But I think she's about as funny as it gets.
Speaking of Leslie Nope, we have Parks and Recreation themed trivia coming up at work soon.
Am I allowed to go to that?
You're allowed to go. It's literally a public place. You can go there anytime you want until you do something heinous and I have to kick you out for life.
See, he says that in public now. But I'll slay that.
You know what? Maybe I'm just going to have to ban you before you go. Just for improper use of the term slay. Or maybe far too proper use of the term slay.
Oh, you know who else slayed?
Who's that?
Mel Gibson in Beyond Thunderdome.
This interview's over.
I knew it would be.
Now, if you said Mel Brooks slayed in History of the World Part 1, you'd be accurate.
No, I'd say in Spaceballs.
Oh, he slayed way harder in History of the World Part 1. He was the king. He had a piss boy.
I was waiting for you to say, I have a piss boy. Damn it. Like,
oh, piss boy.
No, my favorite is Young Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
That movie slays.
That movie is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so then going back to the comedy version of the word slay. What slays? What slays ye?
You know what just came up in our feed? Me and you were talking about this personally. Mike Myers, his first official movie, I think, was So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Movie slays.
There's a scene in there when he's playing his dad,
Mm-hmm.
and his nephew's head pops up in front of the screen. And
His nephew, played by the kid who would eventually play Averman in Mighty Ducks.
That whole scene when he talks about crying himself to sleep on that giant pillow, as he says it. Oh my God, that so.
What's he gonna do? Cry himself to sleep on his huge pillow?
And his huge pillow. But that whole scene came up in.
It's like an orange sitting on top of a toothpick.
Yeah. It's like an orange on a toothpick.
It's like Sputnik. It's a veritable planetoid.
And he keeps calling him head.
Hid. Pants. No. Okay. The pre-fat bastard. Mike Myers, Scotsman.
Yeah. But Mike Myers, yeah. I'll end it with him. Slays it. Love it. I need to do a Mike Myers night.
Even his bad movies are good movies.
There's always something good in them. Yeah. And what's funny is to see stuff like that stand up and watch it now. And it's funnier now than it was back then.
Who slays in that movie is Phil Hartman when he's the security guard at Alcatraz.
See, I need to watch that again.
Oh my God.
I only remember that, and I remember the ending of the movie. So I need to watch that again.
All right. Let's put pause on this bad boy.
You want to say that one more time?
No, I don't. I want you to leave that in.
Pause on it.
Were you just speaking Klingon with Arnold Schwarzenegger's voice?
Sure.
I don't know about you, but I think we slayed that episode.
You slayed it.
Good point. I don't know about you, but I think I slayed that episode.
That sounds much better.
Oh, yeah.
Depends on your version of slay, though.
I'm thinking like a Freddie Mercury vibe.
I was thinking Santa Claus, reindeer sleigh.
Just because I'm fat and my nose is a little rosy does not mean I'm Santa Claus. And bearded.
Bet.
Not that episode.
Oh. No cap?
Slay.
Slay.
That's not how you use it.
Yeah. I actually enjoyed this one because I like a lot of times it's either a word we hate or a word we don't like when we're trying to play,
It's either a word we hate or a word we don't like.
Yeah. Is that what I said?
Yeah, it's absolutely what you said. He writes books.
Yeah. I am good at English.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
Anyways, the sleigh is pretty fun, and it's kind of nice to do a word where we both kind of like have a little fun with it and not worry about like, all right, am I gonna be the good guy? He's gonna be the bad guy in this one, or we both gonna hate this one? Because it's really easy to hate a lot of words we do.
Yeah, no, this one's perfectly acceptable.
Yeah,
perfectly cromulent.
Can you spell that?
Cromulent.
You just slayed that.
I did.
He hella slayed that.
Yes, I hella did.
So you heard that right, folks. We give Slay our approval.
Yeah.
So would that be two?
It gets my lowest rating ever. 7 thumbs up.
7 thumbs up. Slay's a fun word. Please use it
copiously.
Copiously. Use all these big words. Slay's not a big word. Let's keep it simple.
Our entire show is about small words. I feel like I need to throw a big word in there every once in a while. The kids that listen to this are never going to pass their SATs that don't count for anything anymore unless I use big words.
If you put them all together, like hella slay cat.
I don't think you can say
No, that's right. That's right. Trust me. Just hella trust me.
So you like really slayed the lie?
Yeah.
All right. Story checks.
Right on. I will take it. This is Hang Out with Your Slang Out, and I'm out of here.
Wait, you're out of here. What am I doing? Do I just stick around?
I don't know. I'm already out of here. Are you still there? Come on, dude.
Can't believe he just left me like this. Since he did, let's tell you a few things about Dan Messersmith. This guy went on to 80s Cool Tees. 80s Cool Tees? Is that the name of it? I think so. .com. And bought a whole bunch of t-shirts so that he had them before I did. So I couldn't have those 80s Cool Tees. Effing lame.
Did somebody say 80s cool tees?
You were gone.
No, I'm back. 80scooltees.com. They slay. We'll see you next week.
I think I actually have a t-shirt with Santa Claus on it that says Slay in it.
You probably do. I could totally see you wearing
I do. You know what? I do. Well, I don't think I still do, but I did because I took my first Christmas card pictures with Penny and I was wearing the Slay in it t-shirt while she was wearing a pair of fuzzy antlers on her head.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty clever. You couldn't lead with that, huh?
I mean, I could have, but
yeah. All right.
Then where would we be? People would have stopped listening already.
No, that's wholesome and good and hella slay.
I took my first family pictures with a dog. That's wholesome.
Yeah. Depends on the dog. Right? We already had this conversation, right? Depends on the breed.
No, can't have that conversation again. Never again.
All right. Never again. It's all about the size, people.
Oh.
All right.